Hey guys, we're going to show off the new Thrunite ti4t penlight. This thing is a fantastic light for the money and easily probably the most versatile light with the best lumens and quality on the market for the money. I know I just put a lot out there, but hopefully you'll bear with me and see what the fuss is about here. So I got the original Thrunite Ti4 above here in black to show and to compare as we go along. And I also got a couple of little lights just to show, like the ti3, which is the little brother that we're going to pop out here as well. Alright, so the ti4t of course is titanium, but you're not just getting titanium with this upgrade. You're also getting an upgraded LED. This one uses the cree XPG2, if I remember correctly. And basically it's the same interface as the original Ti4, but what you're getting also is more lumens for the same runtime, which is awesome because you're not sacrificing any runtime by upgrading to this light. It has a firefly mode, which is what you see right here, and that's like 0.4 lumens. The original was like 0.3 lumens. The next mode is like 29 and 32, and the high mode is like 250 and 300, and then the strobe, of course. So your run times pretty much are the same. You're just getting the higher lumens, and the biggest difference, of course, is in the high mode where you go from 250 to 300. You're talking IPX8 waterproof. These things are tough, they're rugged, tail clicky. The interface is the same. Pretty much you're doing either a half click to cycle through the modes, and then when you reach the second time through, you're going to get your strobe, or of course your other way to do it is by loosening and tightening the head. That will also cycle through the modes. As you can see there. Another cool thing is anytime you turn this off and leave it off for more than a couple seconds and turn it back on, I think it's 10 seconds maybe is the amount of time you need to let it go, it will restart automatically on firefly mode, which is really important if you're using this as like a dentist, an EMT, or a doctor. You don't want to be blinding your patients or strobing them. So as you can see, after the 10 seconds has gone by, we automatically go back to firefly mode. And the firefly mode being 0.4 lumens, you see it's not even going to max out the camera here. It's not going to hurt anyone's eyes. You can hold this right up your eyeball. It's not going to hurt you. It is the perfect brightness for a medical professional. And then of course the 30 lumens is very good just for general, you know, looking in a closet, looking in a desk drawer, that kind of thing. And the 300 lumens, well, that's very capable of going outside and finding your car in a parking lot, you know, going through a dark room, dark stairwell, whatever. Very, very capable at that range. The other difference too is this, hopefully you can see here. Yeah, you can see that pretty good actually. The original Thrunite has a different beam profile than the titanium here on the right. You can see that the titanium is a little more diffused. It's a little kind of softer edges on it. The beams are about the same width and all that. It's just that the hot spot isn't as intense with the titanium. So we're going to shut these off for a second. Let them reset. So of course, you know, like this is an upgrade to the Ti3, which has no rear clicky and just uses the head to switch through the modes. And of course that one also has a firefly, but you lose out a little bit in that you lose the tail clicky, and the clip is not permanently attached, which kind of sucks because that can pop off in your pocket if you're not careful. Plus you're losing the form factor of it being a full-size pen, and that's where the penlight shines. It's not a format for everybody, to be honest. Most people may not like it. They're kind of big in the pocket, and they can take up a lot of real estate. But at the same time, if you are a person like a doctor, EMT, or dentist or something like that, your clothing typically is going to have pen pockets. You know, even the military and law enforcement, they have pen pockets as well. So as awesome as it might be, it's like, hey, I'm just going to carry around my Archer 1C, you know, which is one of my favorite lights. You know, you're at a disadvantage just fits in your pants pocket's great, but it doesn't go well in a shirt pocket, and you certainly can't put it into a pen pocket or on a clipboard. Whereas the penlight actually does all that. So it fits that purpose and that functionality. It can go where your pen goes. So if you have a pen holder on your desk, you can put this in there. You can put it in your shirt, pen pocket, pants pen pocket, wherever. It flawlessly integrates where pens go. Now some of the competition has a bigger head and bezel on it. So they are a little difficult to fit in and squeeze into those little pen pockets and the little pen loops that go on to say like your EDC organizers and gear like that. Whereas this, it's a true pen size. This is the size of your normal Bic pen. So it does add to that. You're not going out, you know, some of them I've seen, like the Nightcore one is kind of ridiculously long. And also the head is a lot bigger. The same with the Extreme Light stylus. It's a little bit bigger, that head's bigger too. It just makes it a little awkward to carry. Whereas when you are that person who's going to carry this day in, day out, every day for your job, having that work with your outfits and your clothing or in your clipboard or whatever is very important. So let's talk about competition real quick. There's a lot of competition in the penlight world. And I know right now you're going to say, holy cow, Bushcraft, this is a $40 flashlight you're pushing on me and it's just a penlight. Well, okay, understandable. But in reality, how many penlights have I bought in my life? A lot. How many of them are now in the landfill? All of them. Why? You know, when you buy cheap, things break. They don't last long. Quality lasts a lot longer. And with these Thrunites, their reputation is pretty obvious. You go online and you look at the hundreds upon hundreds of reviews for their lights. They are putting out good quality stuff at a good quality price because they sell directly to the customer. And that's one of the things I like about Thrunite, is they're one of the best values on the marketplace. Let's take, for example, Nothing Fancy's big recommendation for a penlight. He recommends the 4.7's Preon 2. Okay, they both use AAAs, they're both very close in size. They're both 40 bucks. But what do you get? You get twice as many lumens and the runtime is just as good. So literally you're spending 40 bucks, you're getting a titanium over aluminum and twice as many lumens. So I mean, you double win right there. You look at even, you know, the Streamlights, those are $20, $25. And once again, you're getting a single mode, you know, and they're made of aluminum and nowhere close to the amount of lumens that this thing has. So it's kind of, I just kind of think it's a win-win, even though it is expensive. The competition and what it offers over the competition is quite a bit more. Plus, who doesn't like the neat titanium stuff? It looks good, and if you have other titanium EDC gear, it will go well with it. Say if you do have, you know, like the titanium coated knife, the titanium key rings, the titanium little pry bar, all that jazz. So the ti4, now I've had this for quite a few weeks now, and I held on to it for quite a, because I just did I posted a review on it just like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I held on to it for quite a while before I posted that review because my wife stole it. Now, my wife is a nurse and she's been using this thing on a pretty regular basis for her job. And, you know, she of course bought 2 or 3 penlights and has gone through 2 or 3 penlights in the past year because, you know, they drop, they fall, they get stepped on, patients knock them out of her hands. Stuff happens and they break way too easy. And the thing is she bought that $40 Welch Allen penlight. I mean, literally, guys, that Docker light that most, like 90% of Dockers has is that Welch Allen light. It's $40. It uses an old 1980s like halogen bulb, and it's 30 lumens. It's crazy. So I give her this. This is waterproof and all that. But my wife loves it. She brings it with her every day. I had to kind of borrow it back just to film this video. But what she likes about it is she can use it for her job. It always starts out in that firefly mode, so she doesn't have to worry about, you know, screwing up or flashing someone in the eyes or strobing someone. But at the same time, it's bright enough. At the end of her day, she can go and use that to go find her car. She has to park like 4 blocks from where she works, so she has to walk about 4 blocks at the end of her shift at night in the dark alone and find her car in a big crowded parking lot. So for her, she can carry this and it meets all her needs. It meets her job need, and that going at the end of the day, she has a flashlight that will get her to her car and be sufficient for everything she needs. And the run time's good enough where, you know, she doesn't really burn through the batteries that, well, Jalen, like, she burned through batteries all the time on that. Versus this, you know, I think maybe changed the batteries once, but she uses it pretty heavily at her job. So luckily now, I'm not sure if she's going to take the titanium version or if I'm going to keep that, but I'll be returning that back to her for her to use, and it's just kind of a good thing for me to be able to see this thing being used daily and how much she enjoys it and how much it works for her as a professional, that I have confidence in showing you these and saying, you know, the 40 bucks is worth the money. You know, my wife did go through probably $120 worth of flashlights before we kind of settled on this, and you know what, to be honest, we're going to see how long it lasts, and if something happens, you guys know you'll be the first one to see it on here that something happened or it broke or whatever. So we'll get to see how long this will last day to day, you know, getting beat up and thrown and dropped and, you know, pooped on and sneezed on and coughed on and all that jazz. So there it is, guys, that ti4. It's quite a nice little light for the money, and I know it seems a lot at first glance, but when you are that person, you know, you're that EMT, you're that dentist, and this is your daily life, your paycheck, sometimes the money is very worth it.